Hey guys, today I'm going to be swatching every single one of the new Kat Von D Shade and Light Glimmer palette on my eyelids, okay? And if that wasn't enough, I'm also going to be swatching the original Kat Von D Shade and Light matte palette alongside the new palette. I've always wanted to do a video like this where I swatch a complete eyeshadow palette on my eyelids instead of the back of my hand, because I feel that way you guys will get a better feel on how the eyeshadows are going to go on the eyelid, on top of primer and all of that good stuff. I'll have all of the swatches at the end of this video, but first let me get, the boring stuff out of the way, like the pricing, the retailers, my feelings about this palette. And I do want to point out that I'm aware the audio of this video is not the best quality like my previous videos because the battery on my microphone died, so I cannot use my microphone right now. Sorry. Those of you guys who just want to see the eyeshadow swatches, make sure you check the description box because I will have timestamps there. Alright, so this palette retails for $49 before tax. With tax here in Texas, I paid $53.04. So the only two places where you can purchase this palette is Kat Von D online and also Sephora and Store Now or Sephora.com. Kat Von D Beauty is exclusive to Sephora. If you try to find this palette at Ulta, Macy's, any other retailer, you're not going to find it. Alright, so the palette came inside this really beautiful cardboard box. Lettering on the box is super cool, wouldn't you agree? It's like this gold holographic shade. On the back of the box, you're gonna find all the shadow names, and inside of the box, there's like another protective layer. On the top of the box is just more holographic stuff with Shade and Light Glimmer Eye Contour palette right on top. Alright, and inside of this, you're gonna find your palette. The packaging on the palette feels like a very sturdy plastic, and the lettering is raised, so I can actually feel the letters if I run my fingers through the palette. It does have a mirror inside, which is a nice size to do like your whole makeup with. And if you close the palette and turn it around, you're gonna find all of the names for the eyeshadows. Alright, so here is the matte Shade and Light palette. I do have the old packaging, so I still have the one in the cardboard box, but I'm sure the formula is still the same. I think she just changed the packaging. Anyways, if you compare it to the new Glimmer palettes, at least in my opinion, the shades look very, very similar, almost identical, except it has a different finish. I feel like this palette does have a couple of different finishes, at least 3. So the ones up here I feel are more satiny finish, and then there is some shimmery ones like this one, and the burgundy one. The rest of the shadows are more glittery, like they have chunkier sparkles in them, which didn't bother me one bit. I thought it was really cool to have the same palette but a different finish, so that way you can like combine them together, create all these cool different looks with them. I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I really wanted to watch reviews on this palette, but I have not watched not one. I didn't want to get influenced by other people's thoughts. I was initially really excited to record this video because it was going to be the first video that I actually swatch all of the palette on my eyelids. I absolutely love Kat Von D makeup because I feel like she's very consistent with her formula. Her makeup is just great. It's great. I purchased the Glimmer palette on the 13th of this month. So I've been playing with it every single day for over 10 days now, I feel. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys. My feelings have completely changed about this palette. I definitely don't feel the same way as I initially did. It actually makes me a little bit sad to even have to upload this video to YouTube. It took me about 3 days to complete the whole video of all the swatches, even though you're gonna see like 4 minutes of that work. So because they have glitter, initially I tried it just with the glitter glue. It worked okay, but I feel like throughout the day it just has so much fallout. So to try and prevent some of the fallout, what I did was apply glitter glue as my base, and then I got some of the shadow onto my brush. I wet it with a setting spray and then applied it onto my eye. So that helped a little bit with the fallout, but my issue with that was the glitter wasn't even showing anymore. So I'm like, I want the glitter to show. That's the whole point of having a glittery shadow, I tried it with different brushes. That didn't help any. I also tried it tried to mix the shadow with different glitter glues, like the Lit Cosmetics glitter glue with the, I believe this is the Eye Candy glitter glue. I also tried using lash glue underneath. I tried just using my base and then wetting the shadow with water with a setting spray. I literally tried everything. So in the end, I was just like, why am I forcing myself to love this $50 shadow palette? Why? Like, I shouldn't have to do that, you know? That's just, I'm putting too much work to make it work, you know? So unfortunately for me, I will be returning this palette. It makes me so sad because I had so high hopes for this palette. You know, I really wanted to love it, but it just didn't work for me. I am wearing the palette right now, which I feel like it looks really pretty, especially in camera. But I do have to say, I feel like it looks pretty because my eyelids got a little bit oily throughout the day. I have been wearing this makeup since like 7 a.m. So right now it's like 10 p.m. Also, let me just make it clear, I do love the rest of the shadows that are not glittery. The rest of the shadows are really good. Like, the formula is really, really good. But like I said, for $50, that's a lot of money. That's like a bill. I want all of the shadows, if not most of the shadows, to work for me, you know? So with my fillings out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the swatching portion of the video. So the way it's gonna work, on my crease, I'll have the matte corresponding shade for the Glimmer palette. So for example, this is the matte palette and this is a new palette. I'll have this one on my crease and this one on my eyelid. The next one, I'll have this one on my crease, this one on my eyelid, so on and so on. I'm going to be using the Milani eyeshadow primer all over my eyelid for every single swatch that I do. All of the matte shadows will be already on my crease. So you're not going to see the actual live swatch. It's just going to be on my crease. The only live swatch that you're going to witness is the Glimmery palette on my eyelid, only because it took forever to edit everything. But anyway, so for the crease, I did use this MakeUpForever 242 brush. In between each shade, I used my Ultra version of the Verona. I totally forgot the name brand of that really popular purple one with the flower. But anyways, it's basically like a color switch. You just use whatever color you're gonna use and then you just roll it on this little sponge thingy and it just basically takes off the shadow that you just used, so that way it's clean for another shadow color. And for the eyelid swatches, I used my MAC 242 brush. For the more glittery shadows, I did apply the Too Faced glitter glue. And for you to get a better feel of how the shadows will look like on your eyes, I did throw in every single swatch a little bit of liner and lashes. I think for 1 or 2 swatches, I didn't throw in lashes or liner, but for the rest, I did put on lashes. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up so I know that you want to see more eye swatches. I just ordered the Anastasia Subculture palette. I'm so excited for that. So if you want to see an eye swatch of that palette, give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss that video and other future videos. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and I will see you on my next video.
Delicious.
My eyes, especially this one, is burning so much. But I really hope this video is helpful. Hopefully it comes out cool because my eyes burn.